So, but when I started working on it, on the contrary, I would say that it was Bhiku Mhatre never appeared to me as a villain. You know, you really can't categorize him into a bad black character. So this is the definition that my generation of actors have, you know, landed with in Mumbai city. That we, be it me or Irfan or KK Menon or Saurabh Shukla or so many others, we always believed that nobody is bad and nobody is really that good to be put into the photo frame and be worshipped in this time and age. And that was the definition we were really gearing up, or we are excited to give it to the characters that we were getting to play. And Bhiku Mhatre has given me that chance and that opportunity to really showcase the definition of bad guys that we had when we were doing theater, and a definition that we completely believed in. So if you look at Bhiku Mhatre, I don't think any character can become that real. He was a great husband. He was a great friend. He was a great disciple of Bhau. So much so that if Bhau starts shouting at him, he doesn't even look into his eyes. So he has that kind of a respect for him. But at the end of the day, he is vulnerable. He is mercurial because he's very emotional. So you really can't be on the other side of Bhiku Mhatre. He's that dangerous. He's dangerous because he's emotional and he's vulnerable. So from the first frame, my definition was to really let the audience know that this guy is not going to survive very long. Because these are the kind of guys who are shot dead, in the first instance. Because they are always, they are vulnerable, they are not thinking from here, they are thinking from their heart. And that is why Bhiku Mhatre needed one Satya who could guide him in a very balanced way, who was thinking from his mind, not from his heart. So they were really completing each other as a team. And that is why they always missed each other. They always stood for each other. So to answer your question, I never looked at Bhiku Mhatre as a villain. I think that really went to the audience. And that is why Bhiku Mhatre emerged as their hero, not as the bad guy, because they related with the man's emotion, his anger, his realism, his love for his wife, love for his friend, all of that. So I worked on all those aspects which were completely ignored earlier by the makers. Whenever they got a chance to portray a mafia guy. Because for me, I was coming from Bihar. I have seen street fights. I have seen gangsters. And I always thought that they are, you can't be more real than them, because they were like me, like you. But that was the most fascinating thing. That a guy who's coming inside your room and say namaste, you are very, very much at ease, and you say, okay, sit down, बैठिए, क्या पियेंगे, चाय पियेंगे, खाना खाएंगे, and then if he says, I am Daud Ibrahim, so your perception about the man will change. You will think 10 times before even asking anything. So till the time you don't know the person, he is as common as anyone sitting here.
Yeah.